In today's video, we're going to be looking at how many fruits there will be on release, the fruit spawn rates, the game modes, and everything you need to know about this new One Piece game called Pixel Piece. But since that video, they've told us a lot more about Pixel Piece, so I want to keep y'all updated and show y'all the new stuff that we've learned. I'm not going to cover that much of the stuff I covered in the last video, so if you haven't seen it, probably go watch it before you watch this one. Link will be in the description. But the first thing I want to go over in this video is the fruits that have been confirmed and how many fruits will be confirmed, because we've gotten a lot of new information on that. So they said there will be 9 total fruits, but 2 of those will be smile or false fruits, which are basically like, I assume are going to be common fruits, so they're not like real fruits, probably trash. I'm just guessing, we don't really know for sure, but that leaves us with 7 other fruits, which we know a lot of. So the first 4 fruits that we know are 100% done and confirmed are Kilo, Ice, Smoke, and Paw. I put those showcases in my previous video, which link is in the description if you want to see that. But for Paw, which is the newest fruit out of all of them, I'll put it on screen right now, and honestly it looks really clean. All moves are good and has a TP move, so it's definitely going to be really OP. I won't lie to you. I think the TP, I don't think there's another fruit with the TP move in the game, so it's going to be good. But if there's 2 smile fruits, 4 already confirmed, that leaves us with 3 more if my math is mathing right now. And I have a pretty good idea of what the other 3 fruits will be. But before I go into that, I want to look at the Paw showcase, or at least the rest of it. And you see the move on screen right now. Paw actually has life steal, which is really interesting. I'm not sure how crazy, like percentage wise, but it actually steals life because that's kind of how it works in the show. And here's the ult. The ult is huge AoE, gonna be really good for farming. And that's about it for the Paw fruit. But the 6th fruit is very obvious because we've seen pretty much the entire showcase. There might be another move coming, but we're not 100% sure. But it's clearly pretty much completely done. Maybe they're adding one more move, but regardless, it's going to be coming. And this is the flame or mirror fruit. I'm not going to show the whole showcase, but yeah, the mirror fruit is looking good. But now it gets really confusing because there's only 2 more slots for fruits, but we've seen sneaks for more than 2 fruits. So now it's kind of debatable which ones we'll be getting. One that I think is most likely, because it has been updated at least a little bit, is the light fruit. If you don't know, in my last video I talked about the light fruit is most likely coming because we had sneaks for it, but the flight has been changed since that video, so it looks like the light fruit will be coming, but we're not 100% sure because we still have only seen 2 moves and we've only seen 1 updated. I believe they're changing the light kick from the previous video because testers have tried to use it in game and it actually doesn't do anything, so it's most likely going to be changed from what you've just seen on screen. Another fruit that's very likely is the Phoenix fruit. This is because the Phoenix fruit has been teased for months, like I'm talking like probably 6 months plus. And we've only seen 3 moves and we haven't seen it been updated since the original moveset. So it's very likely that it could come. But honestly, I see it's also very likely that it would come on like the first update. Because like Phoenix is a fruit people want to see. So it would make sense to save it for like for the first update to bring players back for the new update. So that brings us to 9 total fruits. And I haven't gone over a lot of fruits. And one that's very likely that will be added is Bomb. Because we've seen already 4 moves from it. And it looks complete. I'm not sure if they're going to add more moves because Kilo has like 6 moves, so Bomb might get more moves, but we can't really be sure. But what I am sure of is that there is showcases, or at least partial showcases, for 5 other fruits, which include Chop fruit, Sube fruit, or the smooth fruit, Suke, Cry, and Spin fruit. So that's 5 different fruits right there. These look like they'll be common fruits, or at least some of them will be, so I'm not going to show the showcases because there are only 1 or 2 moves for most of them. But and I also don't want to spend much more time on this because I want to move on to other important information. But yeah, since there'll only be 7 fruits out of those like 12 fruits that we've seen, it's kind of debatable which ones we'll be getting. I assume we'll get some of these more common ones just as common fruits, and then we'll probably get like maybe Pika. I don't know about Phoenix. Y'all let me know what y'all think though. So now we have how to get fruits, or what the fruit spawn rates will be. They haven't exactly said if there'll be a dealer or not. I have seen a lot of people saying there will be a dealer like in Blocks fruits, but some people have also said there won't be, but I'm kind of leaning more towards there will be because I seen a mod in the server saying it. But it could honestly go either way. I'm not 100% sure. But what we do know is that in public servers, fruits will spawn every 30 minutes. But in private servers, they will only spawn 1 hour in every 30 minutes. But in private servers, there's a greater chance of getting better fruits, it says. But it doesn't exactly say what the exact buff is. For 3 times less, we don't know. Also, private server I believe is 700 Robux, so you also have to consider if you're willing to spend that. And then also the fruits will despawn after 20 minutes on both servers, public and private. And while a fruit is spawned, the time for the next fruit will be paused on public servers. And the notifier also is 2400 Robux. So if you do have a notifier, you should definitely get a private server, I think, because it seems like kind of a waste to get half of your fruits probably taken before you can even get there in a public server if you're going to spend all that money on getting a private server. I personally am going to get a notifier in a private server because I'm going to be making content on this game and doing hella giveaways for y'all. But for the average player, it's kind of expensive, but I believe it's the same price in like Blox Fruits. So I mean, in GPO it's like $200, so I mean it's not super unreasonable. So now I want to look at all the game modes in Pixel Piece. So the first thing we have is dungeons. I assume it's going to be like Grand Piece because we've only seen a little part of it, but it's just we see the people running out. It just seems very similar to Grand Piece. We don't know what the reward will be yet, but yeah, that's basically it. Mobs will just run to the center, as you'll see in a second, and then you'll just, I assume, kill them, do a certain amount of waves, and you'll get a reward. But for the next game mode, we have PvP Arena, and we just finally got a sneak for this. So this sneak mainly just confirms it's coming. It really just shows the hub and the options. He'll pull it up in a second, but it'll show 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and 5v5. So they have 5 different versions, and we don't know if there will be a reward or anything. I assume it'll just be like for rank or whatever, which will still be pretty cool. And then you see he'll find a match. But yeah, we basically just see the hub. We don't actually see any arena. We just see the UI and whatnot. The last thing I want to talk about in this video is how to remove a fruit in this game. So essentially it will cost 15 Robux, they're saying, but also you'll be able to use some sort of in-game currency. They haven't said exactly how easy it will be or if you're gonna have to use the Robux option often, but either way 15 Robux is pretty reasonable, so I think it'll be fun. But I'm gonna be doing hella giveaways on this game when it comes out, and I'm gonna be streaming it every day. So if y'all want to see that, make sure to subscribe. And also I forgot to say the game will be releasing 8 days from now, so be ready. Thank y'all.